So in this mathematics video presentation, I am just going to discuss about the process of solving a radical equation. So here we have a radical equation. The square root of the quantity 8x negative 7 is equal to the square root of the quantity 4x negative 8. So in general mathematics, a radical equation is an algebraic equation involving radical expressions. So here we have an example of radical equations. So these are an examples of radical equations because the independent variable x is in the inside of the radical symbols. So if the independent variable x is in the outside of the radical symbol, then this is not a radical equation. Otherwise, this is a linear equation. So upon solving this radical equation on the first line, we need to eliminate the two radical symbols. So in order for us to eliminate the radical symbols, all we need to do is to take the second power on both sides of the radical equation. So the second power and the index of the radical, which is 2, have been eliminated. That's why the remaining on the left hand side of the radical equation is 8x negative 7, and the remaining on the right hand side of the equation is 4x negative 8. So as you can see, when the two radical symbols on the first line were eliminated, the radical equation we are solving yielded a linear equation. So in general mathematics, a linear equation is an algebraic equation involving linear expressions. So here we have an example of linear equations. So these are examples of linear equations because the highest exponent in this equation is 1, which is the degree of the linear equation. So upon solving this linear equation, ipagsasama lang natin yung mga terms na magkaparehas ang exponent. So here, in order for us to do this, we are going to add both sides of the linear equation by the additive inverse of negative 7, which is 7, and the additive inverse of 4x and negative 4x. So we will have like this. So magkasama na yung dalawang linear term na 8x and negative 4x, and yung dalawang constant term na 7 negative 8 ay magkasama na. And as you can see, the 8x and negative 4x are identically linear terms, so we can combine them, and that will give us 4x. And the difference or upon combining 7 and negative 8, that will give us negative 1. So since we are solving for the unknown value of the independent variable x, we need to eliminate the number 4 in front of x. So in order for us to eliminate that number 4, all we need to do is to multiply both sides of the linear equation by the multiplicative inverse of 4, which is 1 over 4. So upon doing this, we will have 4x over 4 is equal to negative 1 over 4. So ladies and gentlemen, upon solving this radical equation, we have found out that the independent variable x, its value is equal to negative 1 over 4. And that is the solution for this given radical equation.